evening, people. So this evening I'm going to be discussing or suggesting ways that I've been staying positive in this whole situation. Obviously it can be, I think the biggest thing is isolating, and I must admit it's been quite scary. I mean, people are sadly losing their lives because of this, so it's really important for everyone that we work out ways and strategies that we can stay happy and continue our lives in the best possible sense. So here is my sort of top tips, as it were. My main one is that at the end of each evening, I make a list. I write it down, but you can do it in your head. I just spend 2 or 3 minutes saying all of the things that I'm thankful for. They can be so minuscule or they can be big things. So for example, I am thankful that I'm doing this video because it's given me the opportunity to reach out to the wider community and to hopefully help some other people. And as soon as I do that, I go through my day and I think about all of the things, and by the end of it I'm like, gosh, how much have I actually achieved today? And it gives you a really great feeling of self-worth. So that's my first thing. My second thing is waking up in the morning is I make my bed. I have struggled with mental health issues before, as I'm sure a lot of people have, and the best advice that my mum gave me when I was going through those horrible times was that if you make your bed every morning, then you've achieved at least one thing in the day, and you can say, I've done it. So by making my bed each morning, I know that I've achieved at least one thing through the day, and I can go to bed knowing that I have been productive because I set myself one goal and I did it. And the other thing that I like to do is as you've seen earlier, I walk out to go and see the horses. This is at 6 o'clock in the morning, so it's really peaceful, there's nobody around, and the birds are singing, and I appreciate that a lot of people can't go for a walk or something like that, but what that time does for me is I don't take my phone with me or anything, and I focus on stuff, and I really look around and I take in my surroundings and try and clear my mind and not think about too much stuff, and just almost go inside myself and notice how I'm feeling physically and mentally. And those 5 minutes of reflection in the morning sort of start my day off in the right way and give me a sense of what I want to achieve today. Which leads me on to my next goal, which is a list. I know that's really boring, isn't it? But I have a long-term list and a short-term list. So I have a list of the things I'd like to achieve in the week. Starting, I do it on like a Sunday night. And then I have my daily list. So it's really random things like, got to clean my bathroom today type thing, versus a specific job on the farm that I need to get done that's going to take me a few more hours than normal. But I've been putting it off and it needs to be done. And as long as it's done by the end of the week, it's fine. And then you don't get carried away with the whole, in doing all of this and, oh, I forgot to do it then. And I can just refer back to the list when I'm thinking, right, what is there that I need to do? So that's a big thing. And this is just a personal one, is I love TED Talks. Oh my goodness, they are brilliant. I have learnt so much from just listening to those. I do it whilst I'm stretching, whilst I'm cooking, whilst I'm walking the dogs. There's so many times you just put it in one ear on your earphones and away you go. And little snippets of things that I've learnt. That was actually where I got the idea of the thankful list, of writing that down. And the difference it has made in my mental outlook is just brilliant. So I think those are my main ones, and it's also putting things in perspective. That's another really important thing. Yes, it's a bit rubbish that I'm here for the next 12 weeks, but I could be in a lot worse situation because I could not have the farm. I could not be able to go out. I could be really ill for these 12 weeks, which I'm not. So I think that's another thing, is noticing and realizing perspectives. Yes, this is hard for you, but there is probably somebody, sadly, in a worse position, and realizing that fills you with a way that you can go on. And so that is how I've been staying positive, apart from the one thing, smile. Speak to you guys soon. Night.